Movies back in the day were so cartoonish, but nowadays the popular movies were video games. But it's not even close to how popular these two were. Movie Sonic the Hedgehog, the Blue Devil, and Detective Pikachu, the electric intelligent Pokemon. I'm Jade Ahmed Sonic, and it's my job to analyze their stats, weapons, and abilities to find out who will determine their legendary electromagnetic pulsing mission. Man, that was a lot. You feel me? The island of Green Hill Zone is imaginable, where you would see a little fast blue hedgehog run around an entire island around 2 seconds flat. You would see Sonic the Hedgehog, who is fast enough to run through school because he doesn't need a school bus, because he can run around the entire Green Hill Zone island in around 2 seconds. Also, there was no school. Yeah, pretty sweet island, right? He was found and adopted by Longclaw. She's basically the Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. But with great power comes a big judgment. You see, in his planet, people were always after his powers, so Longclaw actually teleported him to the far side of the universe, which led us to planet Earth. And Sonic, which we know him to be in the movie, 13 to 14 years old, enjoys himself hanging around planet Earth. Okay, come on, what do you think was gonna happen? A little starving mutant hedgehog struggling to survive? Well, think again. Because he has everything he needs. But somehow he just ends up alone, which is pretty sad. But that all changed when he got so sad when he actually ran around an entire baseball field and to create an electromagnetic pulse, which, by the way, he was moving at cell relativistics, which covered the entire country of the United States. But it does state in the movie that it covered around the entire North American continent, which is pretty insane if you ask me. Now, he actually met a human named Tom, or Sonic calls him the Donut Lord, and Dr. Eggman, or Dr. Robotnik by his real name, actually went in to find Sonic, to hunt him down and tested him. But it does state that he actually found a quill in Tom's house. And it does state by his machines that his power actually has infinite power of energy. Now, Sonic, as we know him to be now, is actually a young teenager. While we don't know his lifting strength, we do know that his striking strength is actually wall glass, capable enough to destroy robots that are mainly wall glass level. And hey, it's not my fault that Sonic has been, kind of childish, But that's not all. He's so fast that he can actually put 1,000 spiky things into a wall, like those games where you get this pin thing and throw it on the wall that it sticks to the middle. It's that kind of game. He's strong enough. He's actually fast enough to go thousands of those. And plus, it does state that his stamina is pretty high. He can run long distances without getting tired. And plus, while he is basically a cocky teenager, we know Sonic to be insanely durable. He survived a small explosion that was pretty close to him. He withstood a laser blast from Robotnik that caused an explosion, but was knocked out for a few seconds, and survived a fall from the Transmyrian Pyramid? I think that's how you pronounce that. I don't know, it's said on Google. But he should be capable, should be comparable to his AP, which I don't know what that means. Like I said, movies and information can be weird sometimes. I don't know. And also his intelligence, of course, is basically at around a little teenage age. I mean, well, his intelligence is actually average. Well, most likely higher in terms of combat. He actually, despite being a 13 to 14-year-old hedgehog, he's actually quite intelligent when it comes to combat. Although he does get easily distracted and does have a mind of a hyperactive, easily distracted teenager, despite impressive control over his speed, having to demonstrate flawless coordination and his full control of his power, he can change direction with immediate sharp turns and come to a screeching have on his spot, as well as being able to engage in combat with Dr. Robotnik's vehicles, which, by the way, is almost strong enough to completely disintegrate Sonic. Literally. But even though he is tough, he does have some weaknesses. He can get a bit cocky and can lose focus on deadly objects and danger carrying towards him. But he is basically pretty much powerful enough to create an electromagnetic pulse which covered the entire North American continent, or the United States country. I can't remember, but it's been that, and he's basically at around like wall level during his base form. But with his electricity, he's multi-city block level. That just proves how powerful Sonic truly is in the movie. It's awesome. So in the world of Pokemon, no other Pokemon seems to be smart or talkative, just engaging battle. But there was this one boy, I cannot remember his name, actually found a Pokemon that was just two things: smarts, and most importantly, talking. Enter Detective Pikachu, which is not like any other Pikachu, but Pikachu that can actually talk and is most likely a detective. With Pikachu being intelligent and being only understandable to a boy instead of everyone else, because all they can hear is Pika Pika, he's likely a force to be reckoned with. Literally, have you seen this guy? Even though he looks cute and tiny. But he's also massively electrical. So electrical, in fact, that he defeated Charizard in the past, who had damaged metal fences and mangled a large metal light fixture, and destroyed massive balloons in the Pokemon Festival. And plus, despite him at his speed is around subsonic, evaded attacks from several Greninjas, or mainly, if you want to get 3 Greninjas. He kept up with Mewtwo and quickly ran across several large balloons, which subsonic is basically at around Mach 1, I guess. I don't know, I read it on the internet. His stamina is most likely to be superhuman, which is enough to, run across around 87 miles. That is actually impressive. And his range of attacks is actually 10th of meters. But Detective Pikachu is most notable for his intelligence. His intelligence is actually above average. He is capable of detective in spite of having amnesia. And speaking of amnesia, this is where his weaknesses is. Okay, that didn't make sense, but weaknesses is what I'm saying. He actually forgotten how to use his electric powers, which made him somewhat cowardly, which makes him completely kind of not dumb, which doesn't make him dumb, but it just makes him forget about how to use his powers, which makes sense because he only realizes his intelligence instead of his powers. And plus, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Detective Pikachu, Detective Pikachu is actually the boy's dad in a Pokemon body, which is weird. But no matter what, he will still remain the cute and adorable electrical magnetical Pokemon we know. Alright, catch your votes in, people, because it's time to see who will determine their electrical legendary mission. Whew, that felt good. Oh man, poor Pikachu. That's gonna get sad. So the fans were right about, the winner winning. And special thanks to Battle It Out Knuckles for animating this fight. He did a really good job at this. Support his channel and subscribe. Now let's discuss why Movie Sonic wins. So you guys might know that Movie Sonic and Detective Pikachu are both relatively equal when it comes to possessing electricity. But when you recall, let's just discuss strength. Now, strength, I would have to give this one to a tie, because both Sonic and Detective Pikachu are basically at around wall level when it comes to striking strength. With Sonic destroying Dr. Robotnik's ship and like hitting it like all the way to Mushroom Hill, and with Detective Pikachu like taking a hit and like taking a big hit on Mewtwo, sending him flying to a building glass. So I had to give this one to a tie. But when it comes to durability, they're both basically at around wall level as well, with Sonic being able to survive small explosions and a laser from Dr. Eggman's ship, and with Detective Pikachu surviving hits from Mewtwo and Charizard. I did have to give this one to a tie. But when it comes to intelligence, I had to give this one to Pikachu, because it states that Sonic's intelligence are average, but higher when it comes to terms in combat, but it's nowhere even close, because Detective Pikachu's is at around above average, which is pretty awesome. Well, it looks like Pikachu is running away with this thing, but not so fast. Let's discuss speed. Now, speed, I give this one to Movie Sonic, because Detective Pikachu can move at around subsonic speed, which is around Mach 1, which is 767 miles an hour. But it's nowhere close to what Sonic has been through. He's running so fast that he creates an electromagnetic pulse, which is at sub-relativistic speeds. And also, he would be just moving at around Mach 8,810.2, which means he'd just be moving at least 6,757,423 miles per hour. That's 8,810 times faster than Pikachu. But there is one more thing that we have to discuss, and that's power. And power, let's talk about this. Now, Detective Pikachu's power is basically at around wall level, which he defeated Sebastian's Charizard in the past, who can damage metal fences and most likely mangle a large metal light fixture, and he destroyed massive balloons in the Pokemon Festival, like I said. But Sonic is basically multi-city block level, which Sonic is able to run so fast, which he creates an electromagnetic pulse, which covered an entire country of the United States. Or it states that it covered an entire continent of North America, which is insane. Now, they both had strength, they both had durability, Pikachu had intelligence, but Sonic had power and also speed on his side, which is more than enough to take him down. Now, don't take this the wrong way. It's not a stomp like I thought it was going to be, but this battle was truly shocking to everyone else. Or me. My dumbbell. The winner is Movie Sonic the Hedgehog.